everyone, it's Bubbles from venomfluidart. Welcome to the Fluid Art Express with my amazing art family. Love them all. Hope you subscribe to all of their channels. So today, I'm thinking, let's have some fun. Let's just play. So what I've got is this delightful cup of blue, blue and blue with a shimmer of gold. What I'm thinking is, let's just start off with a bit of a ring pull. Let's just lay these colours down and see where they go. I think what I might do is just go, yeah, I want a bit of that on the outside. Isn't that a gorgeous colour? That is actually Southern Ocean Blue by Matisse. Get some. Such a gorgeous colour. So we're just going to run that around the outside. So we've got a nice big layer of that. And let's go back to our centre. So the reason I'm doing this is because when I do one of my favourite techniques, which is the Radial, I found when you actually lay the colours like this from a ring pull, what it does to the cells is just super freaking cool. So it's one of them things where you just have a play, bit of experiment, and you can see it's really nothing tricky. You're just pouring colour from a cup, trying to keep them layers just going around and around and around till you get dizzy as hell. And we're just going to take it right round. I just want a little bit of that dark blue on that edge there. Then we just go a bit skew with there. So what we might do is turn the spinner. So there's always little tips and tricks you can find as you go along that makes it easier for you. Like you can watch so many different artists, pick up so many different tips and tricks, but in saying that, at the end of the day, you can sort of put a whole heap of their combinations together and figure out what works better for you. So we're going to start with that today because I think that's pretty darn cool, right? So that's our ring pull. Everyone check out, because normally Bubbles, when she does a ring pull, completely stuffs her dismount because it's simple. I get too excited. But today we're looking pretty good. Well, I'm just going to pop some of these pesky bubbles. Not that bubbles are always pesky. Sometimes when they pop through, they're just like super friggin' cool because they'll bring another colour through through underneath, which I think really looks great in effects. Alright, so far I think we're digging it. So let's move forward. I'm going to mix up some of this black CA and lay it down. So I'm using the Fluid Art Company favourite tool of mine today. Only one I use for radials. I just think the shape of it is just really cool in your hand to start with. And them curved edges just rock my world. So I'm just going to layer that. Get it just how I want it. Now the thing is with the Radial too, if you do go too thick with your CA, don't think you've stuffed it up. Sometimes you may see them heavy patches of CA in there. Walk away for a while, guys. Let the CA do its thing. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to sink. Just depends on what thickness you've got that ratio at. Today I'm rocking about a 3:1. And I'm going to go in with the traffic light, as I call it. Because, you know, pretty self-explanatory, one would think. So, here we go. So, slight angle. Just walk your spinner with your finger. Let that do the work for you. And then slowly, as you're going around, lay that palette knife down. Not too far. Take it around till you're happy with it. You see I'm still getting black outlines there, which I'm pretty stoked with, just saying. And I'm going to come up there. Alrighty then. Alright, we'll put that away. Now, that has gone really, really weird, just saying, right there. See that? Alright, so, what you can do, because I really don't like that. So I think what we're going to do right now is we're going to lay that, a little bit of extra colour right there. Because didn't get the cells I was hoping for there, so obviously Bubbles trenched it, which is fine, because what we can do, this is actually a pretty good thing, because I can show you, if you stuff it up like I obviously just did then, there's nothing we can't fix, guys. So what we're going to do, we added our little bit of extra colour there. I think what we might do, where is my super sexy gold? Let's add a bit of this. So what we're going to do, we're just going to do a ring of our sexy ghost gold here. We don't want it too thick so it takes over, but just enough to give us a little bit of highlight and a little bit of sexy bling. So we'll roll with that. So now, what will we do? Let's go with a really light blue. Because I could actually see when I did that radial then, I trenched it on one end. So when I say trench it, I mean I've dug that palette knife in that little bit too far, which means I have stuffed the swipe and I've actually smooshed the colours together, which is bad. We don't want that if we want a sexy swipe. But it's probably a really good thing for beginners to see, and I'm more than happy to share, because I've never ever said that I'm perfect, and never will I. Everything in the fluid art world is true trial and error. And until you give it a go, you just really don't know, do you? What we might do, we're going to add a little bit of this here. We're going to pop that. That's a huge ass bubble right there. Let's get rid of that sucker. Alright. Let's add a little bit of this. This is the coolest copper. Look at that. You see that bling coming off that? This is from Harry and Wilma. For anyone that's actually in Australia, get your hands on their copper, because seriously, I was always a big fan of Pearlex's Dirty Copper, which is really super cool colour. I can't even think of the original name now, because of all these years I've just called it Dirty Copper. But I think it's actually Nox. Could be Nox. I can hear Wombat giggle in the background.
Yes, it's Nox.
It is Nox, thank you. But this Harry and Wilma copper, it's just divine. It really is a beautiful colour. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to load up the smaller palette knife, because as you can see, we've just got this small area where you may say I was being a bit fussy, but yeah, I am. So we're just going to fix it, because anything in fluid art can always be fixed. And I think sometimes we are all our biggest critic, and we need to ease up a bit, because art should be fun. So just realise that everything in a way can be fixed. So we're just going to ride that about there, because I could see the cells were about to really not do what we wanted them to do. Then you can see that they actually, as we started, we had these larger cells. As you go around, you'll see they actually get smaller. Then this little section right here, you can see they stopped. So when you see that happen, when you're trying to fix it like I am right now, just lift up your palette knife, reload, start again. Alright, so what I'm doing is I've just got the mini traffic light this time. Now let's just take this colour from where we started here and just blend it. And I'm just slowly sinking my palette knife as I go. Nothing tricky at all, guys, so that's all I'm doing. And we're going to dismount right there. So you can see now that big ring that I had there where I smooshed it, we have now got cells. So all you had to do, add a little bit of extra colour, just so the CA takes up with it. And voila. Looks like a full radial again, right? So don't give up. Now, what shall we do? I think what we'll do, we're going to tie some of the bubble shoelaces on the ends of this one. Just like that. Lift it up. So really simple. Just basically the infinity symbol and then a little tail. That is the bubble shoelace. You can spread it out, have it small, large, whatever floats your boat on the day, really. Okay. Let's see how our ring pour radial opens up. What we might do first is just grab out the torch. Now pretty much it's just the air you need that's going to pop them bubbles. So you don't have to get carried away trying to get the flame going. And what's really cool is we just got some really nice light blue popping through in the dark blue areas, which has given some really trippy cool cells. You! Alright. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty, right? Let's go back the other way. Now, if you start spinning around and you're noticing, see how I'm getting all this opening up there, but we've got all this negative space down there. I want that to even up just a little bit. So let's just take it off center. I can see some new air bubbles have popped through, so I don't want to get really the flame going so I don't scorch any of that surface, because I still want that paint to move and do its thing. So let's go again. This way now, because we're off center, we're going to drag all that paint down this end. We're hoping to anyway. We're just wigging it. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? So you can see, yeah, I think I'll leave that there, guys. So what we're going to do now, you always want to, as Darren's taught me, our famous wombat, always center it at the end. That way your cells aren't going to wonk. Because if you keep spinning that while it's off center, it's the laws of physics. You're going to wonk your cells. And I tell you what, that's ruined so many of Bubbles' happy dances because I've got carried away. And basically not listened to the wombat. But we live and learn. Alright. So, let's get him back to where he should be. So this is our last opportunity too. So if you want to look around, because we haven't spun it right out, and you're sort of thinking, do you want to tidy up any edges? Where I don't want to this time. I think it's pretty darn cool as it is. Check for any last pesky bubbles. Let's pop their bubble. Get rid of them. Alright. Let's give it one last spin. So you can see what I mean too about the colour when you actually do the ring pour before your radial. How friggin' sick does it look? I'm digging it. It's, Wombat actually come up with that about 2 years ago. We were having a play on our student versus teacher show. And I thought he was mad at the time, but once I seen the effects, I was like, hell yeah, that is super cool. So give it a go, guys. Like, it's just something different to play with. Bit of exploring, bit of experimenting, and a hell of a lot of fun. So I'm going to pop that one up for you now. And I hope you really enjoyed it today. I thought we'd go for something different. I haven't had the voice for so long with my RA flare-ups in my jaw and my ear joints that I haven't been able to have a chat with you. So I know you've been enjoying my really cool music that Wombat picks every week for me. But I thought this week we'd go a little bit more personal and actually paint together. So I hope you enjoyed, because I really had some fun with this one. And as I said, look where all these cool bubbles popped. I hope you see it as Darren's doing the close-up right now, because I think they look really cool. They're like really beautiful water droplets. But the main thing is about this one is you can see. Maybe on purpose I stuffed that radial so you can see what to do to fix it, but it's shown you that nothing's over till we say it is. So next up after me today, we have the dynamic duo of Tony Cat Pender from the Hippy Dippy Painter Man. So I hope you'll follow over and join them in the chat and see what they've got to offer us today. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching the Fluid Art Express. All of the Fluid Art Express family, thank you for it every week. We have a ball and we really do appreciate all your love and support every week. So until next time, take care, stay safe, have a fantastic day, and as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Have an amazing day.